What's up guys, and welcome back to my Pokemon and Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire speculation video. Now yesterday I speculated about where we were going to get the Mega Stones for the starter Pokemon, you know, Sceptile, Blaziken and Swampert, so Sceptile, Blazikenite and the Swampert. I was speculating when we were going to get them in game, whether we're going to get them from Birch or whatever, or, you know, go back and watch the video if you missed it guys. It's going to be a very similar video today, but looking at the Mega Bangle. Now we might get the Mega Bangle at the same time as the stones, or we might get it before, because what I was thinking about in the stones video is maybe we won't get the stones until we defeat our father Norman, because that's about level 30 sort of thing, because that would be about right just before you need it sort of thing. So, but they might not want to give you the, they might not want to leave it, I guess, so long to give you the Mega Bangle, as in leaving it 4 gyms, half a game, so before you can get any sort of Mega Evolution at all sort of thing. Whereas in X and Y it was the 3rd gym, just after the 3rd gym you got it, so fairly close but not too much further. So they might give it to you earlier in the story, so you might get a Mega Bangle and then you can use other Megas like maybe Sableye, Mawile, stuff like that, before you obviously get your starters fully evolved and are able to use those. So again, I got a few suggestions here, a few ideas for what we could, or where we could get the Mega Bangle from. A couple different to yesterday's, a couple the same obviously. First off is Birch. Now if we get the Mega Stones for Sceptile, Swampert, etc. in X and Y we did get those stones from Sycamore, but we did not get the Mega Charm until the 3rd gym. So that might then mean that, not what I said Mega Charm, Mega Ring rather. So we don't get at the same time. If we did get the stones from Birch, we might not necessarily get the Bangle from Birch. We might get both at the same time, who knows. But you most likely will not get the Bangle right at the start of the game just after you get the Pokédex, because then you could just bring over a level 1 Mawile and you better have a Mega Mawile for however long you wanted it sort of thing, which would be a bit overpowered, in my opinion at least. So maybe we wouldn't give it to you at the start. There are other points in the storyline where you actually meet up with Birch. I can't remember any off by heart, but maybe you meet up with him at some point, or he calls you on the Pokénav and asks you to come back to the lab, and then he gives you the Mega Bangle then. Because obviously, once you defeat Norman, you have access to Surf, so you could then, well, no, that doesn't really work too much. But yeah, when you're in Petalburg, he can then call you after you beat Morgan, and give you back the Mega Bangle. So I'm looking at something in my room thinking it's a wasp or a hornet, but not this time, it's just a fly. Anyway, going off track there. So you might get it from him later in the story. He might call you on Pokénav, ask you to come back to the lab, and then say, I was just sent this by my colleague, and then he could mention Professor Sycamore possibly, or he could just say it was developed by the Devon Corporation, which sort of links into a further point there. But next up on the list is Steven. Again, obviously he's the expert on Mega Evolution. He has a Mega Pin himself, a Mega Brooch, a Mega Pin, whatever you really want to call that. So he may give you the Mega Bangle. It would sort of make sense. I'm sorry. It would sort of make sense, because from what we can tell, Keystones, which are the things that go inside the Mega Ring, the Mega Bangle, etc., they're very rare. Obviously in X and Y, you and your rival had to battle over it for the one. Obviously she got Serena or Callum, your rival got one in the end anyway, but you know, obviously there was only one at a time, so there's not an abundance of them. It's not like they can hand them out everywhere, so only a few. They're very expensive most likely, so Steven might, you know, have a Mega Bangle spare maybe, and then sort of be like, oh, I see your potential or something, and then give you a Mega Bangle and he gives you the stones, if he's going to give you the stones of course. Or he might just give you the Mega Bangle when you first meet him in Doofer Cave, regardless of if he gives you the stones or not, you know, sort of seeing your potential or something along those lines. General Steven stuff, you know, seeing potential, being Steven. Next up on the list sort of relates to Steven as well. It's actually the head of Devon Corporation, Mr. Stone, so I believe it's Steven's father. But Devon Corporation, they're known for developing stuff like the Pokénav. They actually developed the running shoes in the home region. There are other things too, like a fossil restoration machine, I think, as well as other stuff. I'm not going to go into other stuff they've done, but it's possible, guys, that that they can actually be also developing Mega Bangles or Mega stuff. Because looking at the Mega Bangle, it looks a very generic object. There's no personality to it, so it looks like it could be mass-produced sort of thing. So it could possibly be in production by the Devon Corporation. Obviously, it might not be like just like handing them out everywhere. It might be slow production, I guess, like a prototype sort of thing. It does look like a prototype because it's just a white band, really. There's no colour to it, there's no design, whatever. just a white band. You can't even see the keystone in it, really. So that might be an idea there. You know, once you rescue the guy in Restboro Tunnel or Restov Tunnel, he could give it to you then and say, you know, this is for you, I guess. Or he might obviously then you get the letter and the parcel, the letter and the parcel delivered to Stephen and Stateport Shipyard respectively. So once you've done that, he could call you up on the Pokémon Nav, ask you to come back over, and then give you the Mega Bangle as a reward. So that's another possibility there. But he might give it to you as part of the storyline. You might get called back after the third gym or something like that. But that's another possibility there. Since that would make a lot of sense, them being sort of produced, because they do look like mass-produced sort of things. They're not unique, I guess, like Lysandra's Mega, what's he got? Mega Ring. Yeah, he's actually got a Mega Ring, as in a ring on his finger. Tian's got a Mega Charm, and Karina has a Mega Glove too. Anyway, if we move on to the next suggestion or idea I had, it's actually Professor Sycamore. Now, no, it's very unlikely he's going to be actually in the game, because that is just going to be too much Professor Sycamore for one generation, because we've had him in both X and Y, and if we have him in these remakes too, and then he's also in the sequel, he's in every single game, and that they've never done that before, I don't think. Have a person be all over sort of thing as a main character sort of thing. So I doubt it's going to happen. He could be mentioned though, as I sort of mentioned over Professor Birch. He could be like, oh, my friend Professor Sycamore sent me over this, it's a prototype for a Mega Ring sort of thing. Along those lines. It could be done in that kind of sense, where he's mentioned. It's very likely he will be mentioned actually, because obviously he's one of the developers or one of the researchers of Mega Evolution, so he's going to be mentioned somewhere in the game. I would imagine either by Stephen or maybe by Professor Birch. So he might not give you the Mega Bangle himself, but he may be, you know, maybe have a hand in actually its production or its creation, I guess. Next up on the list, just like I had for the stones actually in yesterday's video, Scott, the guy from the Battle Frontier. It's a possibility, guys. As I said with the Mega Stones, it is a possibility. He's a very rich guy since he owns the Battle Frontier. If he is in the games, he is a possibility, I guess. He's rich, as I said, so it means he could have bought the Mega Bangle, and obviously he's looking for strong trainers, so he might give you the Mega Bangle just to sort of see how powerful you can be, and maybe there'll be some new sort of Mega Evolution based sort of site at the Battle Frontier where only Mega Evolutions are allowed, something like that. I'm making stuff up as I go here, but yeah, it's a possibility again. He could have bought it, he could have helped develop it, he could be working with the Devon Corporation, who knows. But Scott again is a possibility. Now the last one is, I don't know if it's very, very likely at all. Same with Scott really, but someone suggested for the Mega Stone video, maybe Roxanne could actually give you the Mega Stones in the end, sort of thing. The fact that, you know, Roxanne with stones, she's a rock person, she's got stones, so she could possibly do that. And my other thought was maybe she's going to have something to do with Bangle as well. There's a possibility, especially if the gym leaders, or some of the gym leaders, and some of the things that the Elite Four, some of the gym leaders and whatnot, are going to have Mega Evolution. So I wouldn't expect all the gym leaders to have Megas, hell no, especially not the first 4. But if they had the access to it, especially in rematches after we beat the Elite Four, then it's very possible that they could have Mega Bangles around, they could, something along those lines, so they could again be sort of pushing it, I don't know exactly. But Roxanne again is a possibility. It's not a very likely possibility, but it's what I think at least. So looking through all 6 all 6 different, what do you call it, 6 different options, I guess. Most likely, I think in my opinion, is either Stephen or Mr. Stone, the Devon Corporation. That's most likely. Second likely is, well, I'm gonna put Sycamore in second likely, because he's gonna be related somewhere along the lines, and then Birch below that, and then probably Scott, and then probably Roxanne. Roxanne's right at the bottom. I just thought I'd mention Roxanne, just because obviously the Mega Stone stuff as well. It is a possibility if the gym leaders are gonna have something to do with Mega Evolution as well. A possibility, I said, not a certainty. So we don't know. We'll have to wait till the games come out to actually find out, won't we, guys? But I think that is pretty much it for this speculation video. Tell me in the comment section below which one of these members, people, companies, whatever, do you think we're going to get the Mega Bangle from, and is this the same as the Mega Stones? Do you think we're going to get Mega Stones first and then the Bangle later on? Do you think we can get it together? Let me know down in the comment section, guys. I'll be enjoying reading what you guys actually think, and I guess I'll be seeing you next time, guys. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.